What's up, guys? This is Adam Badger from Badger Strength. I wanted to talk in this video about the benefits of weight training over cardio when it comes specifically to fat loss. I would say probably over 90% of the clients that I deal with have the goal of losing body fat. Now, whether you want to lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, or you're just looking to lose 10, 5 pounds, your goal generally is to lose body fat. Now, for most people, they associate weight loss with fat loss, and they are not directly the same thing. You can lose body fat without actually seeing drops on the scale, but that is a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But what we're talking about today is specifically fat loss and why weight training is more beneficial than cardio alone. Now, before I go into it, I am not saying that doing cardio is bad. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do cardio. I think there's a lot of benefits to cardio, not only for heart health, but it also helps burning extra calories when it comes to fat loss. But this is about what should your focus be on for your training if your goal is to lose body fat. Whether you are an experienced lifter or you're someone who is a beginner, I think and I believe that weight training overall provides more benefits specifically for fat loss, and I'm going to go into those as to why. The first reason is the recovery aspect. Now, I think a lot of people pay way too much attention to how many calories like an Apple Watch or Fitbit says they burn during a workout, and they focus solely on the calorie burning during a workout, and they tend not to even think about the amount of calories that you're burning after a workout and why that's important. So we all know, or we should know, that if you're trying to lose body fat, if your goal is fat loss, you need to create a calorie deficit. What that means is that your body is burning more calories than it is intaking. So in order to create that, one of the most important aspects is your training, how you work out, how active you are. Now, when you're doing weight training, it takes a more effort and takes longer for your body to recover from that than it does from just doing steady state cardio, like jogging on a treadmill, going for a walk, or doing the elliptical or something like that. Again, not saying that those things are bad, but overall weight training takes longer and more effort for your body to recover. So what does that mean? It means your body is using more calories to recover from a weight training workout than to recover from, say, an hour on an elliptical. So if you are doing a 60-minute strength training session and your Apple Watch says you burn 400 calories, and let's say you do a 90-minute session on the elliptical and your Apple Watch says you burned 1,000 calories. Now, even though looking at the Apple Watch you would think that the elliptical burned more calories, for the strength training, for the rest of the day, your body is actively working to recover and repair the muscles you broke down during your strength training, whereas it's not doing that with the elliptical workout. So overall, you will end up burning way more calories throughout the day from that 60 or 40-minute strength training workout than you would from 90 minutes, or even if you spend 2 hours, which I don't recommend, on an elliptical or treadmill. It's gonna take more calories for your body to recover from the weight training than from the cardio, which again helps create a better calorie deficit for fat loss. Reason number 2 is building muscle. Now, I'm not saying getting bulky. Getting bulky comes from years and years of being in a calorie surplus, meaning you're intaking way more calories than you're burning. It has nothing to do with lifting heavier weight training. Weight training breaks down muscle, like we talked about in recovery, in order for your body to repair it. So what happens when you burn lean muscle? Well, first of all, if your goal is to be leaner and be more toned, your leanness and your tone and that ripped or lean look that you're looking for comes from muscle, not bones. So you need to build muscle under your body fat in order to get a more toned look, in order to have visible muscle after you lose body fat. So also, when you build muscle, it takes more calories for your body to sustain that muscle and keep it than it does when you don't have muscle. Cardio alone, elliptical, treadmill, whatever it is, doesn't build muscle, and weight training does. So if you build lean muscle, it's going to take you, or it's going to require more calories throughout the day in order to just maintain that muscle. That means if you're someone who's, let's say, 150 pounds, and you have mainly lean muscle, and you're standing next to someone who is also 150 pounds, and they don't have any lean muscle, you're going to burn more calories throughout the day if you're both just sitting on a couch. The guy with lean muscle or the girl with lean muscle will burn more calories just from sitting there than the other person sitting on the same couch having the same body weight, because the person with more lean muscle requires more calories just to sustain it. So again, the more lean muscle you build from weight training is going to allow you to burn more calories just at rest. Just doing nothing throughout the day, you will burn more calories just having to sustain that lean muscle. And then number 3 is long-term variables. With strength training or weight training, there are many more variables that you can manipulate to keep your training more interesting and more consistent. You can do powerlifting, you can do CrossFit, you can do bodybuilding training, you can do circuits and strength training complexes, things like that. All these variables can be played with. You can do different body parts, you can target different areas, work on different movement patterns. Again, when it comes to weight loss or any type of results in the gym, we are looking for long-term consistency. The more variables you can manipulate, the more options you have to keep you going for the long haul. With cardio, if you're focusing just on like the elliptical or the stationary bike, there's only so many variables you can kind of play with. Eventually, either you're just gonna have to go faster or you're gonna have to go longer. And I don't know about you, but if I had to do over an hour on an elliptical, I would go crazy. I would not enjoy it. It would not be fun for me. So along with the recovery aspect and the lean muscle aspect, when it comes to strength training, the mental aspect is there because you can play with more variables long term to keep your training more interesting and allow you to focus on different things throughout the week. If you're solely focusing on just elliptical or just the treadmill or just walking, something like that, you run out of variables to play with, it makes you less consistent, and it's easier for you to plateau. So in conclusion, weight training is overall more beneficial than cardio when it comes to fat loss. I'm not saying that cardio is bad. So what would I recommend? I think for any average person, 3 to 5 days a week of weight training is sufficient. That makes it the meat of your training, the meat of your physical activity, the thing that you're focusing on the most. 3 to 5 days. Across the board, anybody should be doing 3 to 5 days of weight training. And then you can pepper in some cardio around that. Maybe you want to do a couple of runs a week, maybe a couple of jogs, maybe you want to go on a walk every night. Again, cardio is not bad, but the main focal point of your training, if you're trying to lose fat, should be weight training / strength training with some cardio peppered in.